Welcome to On the Bit. I'm Dave from Dream Thoroughbreds, and with me is Lenny from Bluegrass Bloodstock. How are you, Lenny?
Good, Dave.
That's good, mate. We got off to a good start last week. 3 value winners.
Went alright.
Yeah, your On the Bit special got up in a tight finish, Chase the Rainbow and Lankan Rupee. And I gave you, Time for Julia. She actually ended up $4.50 in the end or something like that. So if you got on early Thursday night, you could have got the $9.50 fixed. Anyway, this week, mate, we've got one Group 1 again, but it's the Black Caviar Group 1 Lightning Stakes over 1,000 metres at Flemington on Saturday. And we were there last year together and we watched to break the track record, mate. It was a big event last year.
It was amazing, yeah. I don't know if there's any Black Caviar.
Nah, probably not. Well, I think they were on fast time this year, but there was a big crowd last year, probably not as many people going this weekend. So who do you like in the Lightning Stakes, mate?
I find it a pretty even field, Dave. With one exception, there's an X Factor in there, Samaretti. Her demolition job of buffering over the 1200 at Mooney Valley was amazing. You don't normally see that in a Group 1 field. Early doors, this filly, like I remember her winning at Flemington, she won over 1,000 in pretty quick time.
Yep.
And then went on to win the Blue Diamond. She's a pretty smart horse, and she really showed last prep that she might be back to what she was and even better. So I think if she's come back now from a break, if she has returned at weight for age, which she won last prep, I can see her winning again at the 350 on offer. So I'll be taking that.
Well, she's a good chance. I think the 1,000 metres first up. I'm just a little bit worried it may be short for her. She's been working very well. But I'm not sure, mate, if you saw the jump out last Friday of Burnabout. It was outstanding. He's a son of Fastnet Rock, a 3-year-old son. He's won down the straight in the spring in an astonishing 56.56. I know this is a huge jumping class. He's only been running against 3-year-old company. But I just get the feeling that he's an outstanding straight horse, this horse. And I really think the 1,000 metres is up his alley. He's drawn to get a nice run behind the 2-year-old Bugatti, who will go quite quick, and Snitzeland. I expect to go quick on the outside. He's drawn barrier 9. I think he'll get a sit behind them, and I think if he produced the last 200, and I reckon really when this guy lets down, he'll go bang. So he's $5.50 fixed odds opening market. I think he's on the bit on Saturday. Stable news, Lenny. Any stable news this week, mate?
Bluegrass Bloodstock will be going to Perth for the Magic Million sales on Saturday.
So you're missing the Lightning?
Missing the Lightning. Well, they start next Tuesday actually, but I'm getting there Saturday, so I'll be missing the Lightning. But I'll be at the Ascot races there with Mr. Ganjumi.
Oh yeah, okay.
So that'll be good.
You can't miss out on a race day.
No, so looking forward to that, and if anyone wants to get in contact with me for the lead up to those sales, they can just email or ring me. And just Malaguera for hopefully sneaking into the Blue Diamond field next week.
Yeah, he's just on the borderline, isn't he? Just outside. So.
Just outside, but with a bit of luck we might get there.
Well, Peter's a good host, so you'll have a good day at Ascot. We're pretty quiet this week. Just a couple of notes. Lon Mack is nominated to run at Sandown next Wednesday, but he'll also nominate to run at Adelaide next Saturday, and I think next Adelaide is the preferred option. He trialled last week in the Visor and went a lot better than he did first trial, so he'll be competitive in what he races.
Yep.
I've actually got a 2.5% share available in that horse, just came up. So if anybody's interested in getting into a horse that will run next week, get in contact with me on 0416 105 666 as soon as possible, and you can be an owner in a horse that debuts next week. And also that Dewporth colt that we bought at Magic Means last year, mate. He's come back to the Warwick Farm stables of Bjorn Baker. And Bjorn gave me a call during the week and really happy with this guy. He's developed into a nice, strong, athletic colt. So, haven't pushed him yet. He was a little bit behind the 2-year-olds when we purchased him, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was backward, and that's why we got him for the money that we did.
Yeah. So we gave him a nice spell in the spring and summer grass, and he's really come on from that. So again, he's actually only just been released for sale. So he's great value at about $3,000 for a $3,000 for a 5% share. So anyone interested, again, 0416 105 666. Best on breeding, Lenny. Who's your best on breeding this week, mate?
Race 6, number 3 at Rose Hill, Dave, Catkins. She was an 85k purchase by Ingham Racing from the 2011 Magic Million sales.
Yep.
She's by the very good Siren Dubawi, who's done a great job in Asia and has got the great miler mare Secret of Mora.
Okay, yep.
And Catkins, as her name suggests, is out of a Catbird mare, is a half sister to a very good performer in rally. I think she'll be taking the next step this prep.
Very nice. I've got a couple of value bets actually this week. There's one at Flemington Race 1, number 10, the Spitfire. I thought this fast name Rock Colt may run in the English Premier race on Wednesday at Mornington, but they scratched him. I get the feeling they might have scratched him because they wanted to aim at this race, and I can only assume that David Hayes trains him. He's got a better opinion of him and wants him to get qualified for the better races, because those restricted races don't qualify you for any future races. So he's decided to run a $100,000 race on his home track. It's currently $13 fixed odds. I think it's a sneaky each way bet to get your day off to a good start. And the other one I really like, and it was probably close to being my on the bid special actually, race 8, number 2, Nevis. It's this horse was $5 in the early fixed odd market. I think he's been backed a little bit today. He's probably into about $4.50, and he's a UK import from the Lloyd Williams camp, and I know I'm sort of good friends with Lee Friedman, and having dinner with him a couple of weeks ago, he told me that they don't run their horses very much in the autumn, the Lloyd Williams camp. This guy is stepping out in a 1700 metre race, in a very weak race, a 0 to 90 race it is. His last race he won by 9 lengths in a listed race in the UK, and before that he ran in a Group 1 and was beaten by one of the most impressive horses in the UK last year in Dawn Approach. So great form to come into this race. I think it's a very soft start for him, and I think he can win at first up, so I think he will win personally. So he's going into all my multis. On the bid specials, Lenny, who's your on the bid special for the weekend? You started off, you 1 from 1, so no pressure.
No pressure. Race 2, number 4 at Flemington XR, Dave. This galloper, he's a former import as well.
He is.
He's just gone into the Darren Weir stable, had his first run for him.
Yep.
At Mooney Valley, and I don't know if you saw it, but it was a pretty impressive win. He was in behind them, tracked through, and only saw daylight the last bit, and really savaged the line. I love the way he savaged the line. He gets up to a trip that's really going to suit him. It's a small field.
Yep.
He gets back, and there's going to be good speed from Old Burns, Extra Zero, Prairie Star. I think he'll just round them up. The stable were saying that he's improved a lot since he's gone there because of the beach work that they're giving him. He had a sore back, so if he gets back to the form, I think there was a horse of yours at Fendura, was he one of yours? Yeah, he ran a third behind him and Niwat, so that's pretty good form.
About 3 years ago. He's been around for a long time, actually. My on the bid special is race 6, number 4, Hucklebuck. He won first up in Adelaide and was cuddled to the line without being smashed because he's got a big autumn ahead of him. I just think this guy's a real serious horse. He's become one of the... I think he'll win on Saturday. I think he'll become one of the favourites for the Australian Guineas in about a month's time, and he's $11 for that Australian Guineas now, so I think he's worth having a bet before he races on Saturday. He's drawn barrier 1. I expect him to sit about 2 pairs back in about 5th or 6th position. And the big Flemington track will really suit this guy's racing style. I think it'll just be too sharp for these guys over the 1400, and he's $3.60. I just take that. It's on the bid for mine. Off the bit lay, Lenny. Who's your off the bit lay, mate?
I'm glad my one got scratched.
Yeah, yours got scratched last week. Yeah. So you won from 1 again.
Race 2, number 2. Extra Zero, who's running in XR's race.
Yep.
He hasn't won since 2012.
Yep.
He's had 5 starts at the 2,000 metres at Flemington for nothing.
Yep.
Never run in the top 3. And I reckon there's going to be a fair bit of pressure up front in the small field, and he's going to be in amongst it. And he's come up at $3.70 for mine for a horse that doesn't win out of turn.
Yep.
Leave me out, but we want a better price than that.
Okay, for all these people who don't believe this is unscripted with Lenny and I, my off the bit lay is race 2, number 4, Axar. He's actually owned by one of our dreamers, Tom Dowling, who's got a small share in him. I just can't see how this horse can win 2 races in a row because he's been in ordinary form. Maybe the weir has got some magic. Yeah, true. But I think he was helped by the fast pace last start at Moonee Valley, and Moonee Valley does tend to have a bit of sting out of the ground. So I just think this is a stronger race, and I reckon it's really testing him. And his $2.60 favourite is just far too short for mine. So I'm going head to head with you again, mate. You won last week. Hopefully I'll come out on top this week. So that's it for us. Good luck in your punting on the weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Cheers, guys.
See ya.